Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a little blast from the past. We're going to take a trip down memory lane, I guess. And I'm going to talk to you guys about my acne journey. Now recently I've been doing some videos. The videos are going to be uploading out of order, but I have a pimple here. You could probably still see it. And you probably have seen throughout all of my videos that I have acne. You could see it on my chest, I have it on my back, and on my face. And as I've done all my different videos, you've seen the acne kind of evolve. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better. And also another thing that I've noticed when I'm watching my YouTube videos, because I do go back and watch them after I'm done, is that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's my lighting or the camera or just whatever resolution they upload in, it really accentuates the texture on my skin. I promise you it's not that bad in person. When I look at myself in the mirror, especially when I have makeup on, the texture doesn't show to the extent that it does on my YouTube videos. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it just kind of like I said, the resolution is accentuating it, but I have noticed that, and it's been something that has made me a bit self-conscious because this is the only camera that I can use right now, and um, you know, it's a thing that I have because something happened to me many years ago, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I wanted to discuss my acne journey, and you're going to be seeing some relics of the past in this video, because I actually, when I had really severe acne, I did have the forethought to take pictures of it. I don't know what it was at the time. I guess I did think that I was going to be able to resolve the issue. And so I thought, I'm going to take pictures of this. That way I have it documented that my skin was actually extremely bad at one point. Now, I did not have acne as a teenager. I never had acne. I can't remember even having like a giant pimple or something as a teenager. So all through junior high and high school, I had really great skin. So did my sister, so did my brother. As far as I know, none of us had really severe like teenage or hormonal acne. And as we've gotten older, we've had some, my sister's had some struggles with acne a little bit. But I hit, I think it was 23. So I had a stomach infection. I think when I was 22, I had H. pylori. I did the antibiotics, which were like 10 days of antibiotics. And this was again at the very beginning of my Lyme disease journey. This was long before I knew I had Lyme disease. And I had the H. pylori infection, treated it. I did not feel that much better. It took me several months to kind of feel like myself again. I did lose weight. Just my body changed quite a bit. I noticed even like the structure of my body changed a bit. I lost weight, and these weren't things that I really noticed at the time because they kind of had come on a bit gradually. About a year later or so, I started getting acne. And so I want to show you some pictures. Yes, this is an iPod Touch. This is the iPod Touch that came out because it was an iPod Touch, and then one came out with a camera on the back. And I was so excited because I love taking videos and things like that, as you know. And so I think my boyfriend at the time bought it for me as a gift. It still works. I mean, it doesn't really connect to the internet or anything, but it still works. And this was what I took pictures of my face on when I started breaking out with acne. Now, for whatever reason, I can't take them off. I don't. I tried putting this on my laptop. It will show some of the pictures that are on this device, but not all of them. And for whatever reason, the acne pictures just will not pop up. So I'm gonna have to show you on this device what my face looked like at the time. So I'm going to show you some. I'm going to see if I can get it to focus on here. I might have to get a bit close. There you go. There's one. So that's one side of my face. I'm going to just show you guys a few. That way you get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Because when I tell people I had acne, you know, I even with me, it's very hard to believe um, that it was this bad at one point. It was literally, it felt like pimples on pimples, painful acne, cystic acne, every single type of acne that you can think of. I had on my face. I'm trying to find one picture of the front of my face. I took some also while I was at work. I was substitute teaching one day. Um, this one isn't this one isn't too bad. I think some of these were also taken as I was recovering. Because I will tell you what I did um, in my recovery. Those aren't really that bad. The really bad ones are these that I took. It looks like I took these in my room. And this one is pretty horrific. And you can see, you might be able to see that I have some kind of white powdery substance on the sides of my face there. And I think that was some kind of acne medicine. I was at a point where I couldn't even wear makeup. And I really never wore makeup. I never wore foundation really because I didn't need it. My skin was literally, I mean, pretty flawless now that I look back. I had really good skin, no texture, no unevenness. I mean, obviously, as we age, our skin is going to change, but um, this was something that I had never experienced before, and neither had my parents. I mean, they did have acne in their teens, but nothing to that degree. Those were like 2 or 3 pictures. I have, I think, probably more than, I would say, probably 40 pictures or so. Um, so around 23, somewhere around there, I think I might have been 24 because I met my husband at 23 and I still didn't have the acne issue. I had just gotten past the H. pylori infection, and then I started dating my husband, I think while I was still recuperating from that, and then I think a year later. So I was probably around 24. So again, I'm an adult and I'm having this horrible acne issue. It got so bad, as you can see, it got so bad that people would come up to me wherever we were, like if we were at the mall or just anywhere. People would come up to me and say, I know how to fix that. I know what you can do for that. It was that bad. And at the pictures that you see where I'm at work, I was actually a substitute teacher. So I had been substituting already for several years at that point. So a lot of these teachers had seen me before, how good my skin was. My skin was normal. And then they saw me after, just how crazy that like my face had gotten. So one day there was one teacher. She was relatively young. She was probably a few years older than me. I don't think she was even 30 years old. She was pretty young and she had gorgeous skin. Gorgeous skin. So, you know, a lot of people had suggested things. I had tried a few different diets. I think there was like a low carb diet or like a low glycemic diet. Things like that I had tried, and I was just like, whatever. I was losing hope, and things were, I mean, it was getting really bad. On top of the acne, I also had like fogginess. I was feeling really foggy, really tired. But I don't know. I didn't put the pieces together that that could have been fallout from my infection with H. pylori. I mean, why would I know that? So this teacher, she's really young, and she comes up to me one day and she gives me this book. And she goes, look, she was really nice about it. She was a really nice girl. Like she was so young to me. I mean, she was older than me, but she was still pretty young, so I kind of trusted her. And of course, she had amazing skin. I was like, why would I not trust her? And she was one of these kind of like healthy, kind of, I want to say one of these health nuts, one of these kind of granola type of chicks. And she gives me this book and she goes, I used to have recurrent infections. I think she said like they were yeast infections, and she used to be really tired. She said, I tried this diet. She said, I don't know if you are interested. She said, but I'll give you the book if you want to try it. And it was the Candida diet. I do have the book downstairs. I actually should have brought the book up here. It's the Candida diet. I forget what the author the author's name is, but you could Google it, and I'm sure at this point a lot of people, especially those of us in the chronic illness community, we are all familiar with candida and what that does to the body. But it's I believe it's called the anti-candida diet, and the book was old too. Like I looked at the book and just even the design of the cover, I was like, this thing is ancient. But at that point, I was so desperate. I would, like I said, I couldn't put makeup on anymore. Makeup was not going to cover what was going on with my skin. I was just, it looked horrific. And I could see when people would look at me, people that had seen me before, when they would look at me, they would just look at me like with horror in their eyes. It was really frightening. So I was like, I have nothing to lose. So, I got home, I took a look at the book. It was a pretty restricted diet, but I was prepared to do whatever. I had already done the low glycemic diet. I want to say that I had seen something with the low glycemic diet, but it wasn't enough. And I was like, I know there's something. Like I knew that there was something going on. And that I was doing something, but I couldn't figure out what it was that I was doing that was causing this problem. So I looked at it, I read the book, and I said, I'm going to do this. So I started eliminating. You have to eliminate like all sugars, all refined carbohydrates. So like white bread, white rice, anything like that. All sugar, fruits, sweets, dairy. And I was like, whatever, I'm just going to do it. What I didn't, and it does say in the book that you will have a die-off reaction. But I really did not anticipate what that was going to be like. So I just dove head first. You're supposed to do it very slowly, but I was like, whatever. I bought some supplements because there's also supplements that you can take to kill candida. I think like there's garlic, oregano oil, caprylic acid, just all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I'm really going for it. So I dove head first. Let me tell you, it was not fun. I remember, I think I was taking garlic extract at the time. And boy, I mean, the nausea was pretty intense. I had diarrhea. And they do tell you that these things can happen. And then your acne gets worse. So later on when I started to investigate acne, like candida specific acne, they do tell you that your acne will get worse. And I think some of those bad pictures were taken during that time. And so you can even tell in those pictures that I look tired, like my eyes are kind of closed, I look exhausted, I'm thin. But I stuck to it. I mean, I knew when I was getting diarrhea, when I was getting more outbreaks, I was like, I'm doing something right. I know because I'm responding to it. I'm reacting to this. And so I was like, something's happening. I'm just going to keep going with it. It took a while. I'm trying to think. It took several months. Let me see if I could find a picture. I think these pictures do have dates on them. So this is, I think probably my skin was clearing up. You could still see that I have a lot of texture, a lot of smaller acne, and a lot of acne marks. I think most of those are marks on my face. I was scarred. I did have scarring left over. I think this is when my skin started clearing up. I'm surprised at how good my skin actually looks in that picture. Because I honestly did not think I was going to have any face left. That is how bad the acne was. I was pretty sure that I was going to become totally, completely disfigured. I don't know if you could see that. And so it took several months. I don't know if I don't think they have dates on them. It took several months. I noticed my energy got better. I gained weight. I just looked healthier over. You can see it in the pictures. I looked healthier. My skin looked better. But I noticed that if I would have sugar or if I would have something like ice cream right away, immediately, I would have like one big pimple or a few, breakouts, and that kind of thing. And still to this day, I do notice that. I've had to maintain this diet. My diet has actually become more restricted because the issue was not resolved. I had Lyme disease and leaky gut and all of that, and that was not fixed because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on, but I got that part figured out. And I actually enjoyed a few years of pretty decent health after that, where I didn't develop new issues or any new problems. I had a few really good years. And I do think candida is a huge problem for me and remains a huge problem. I still, you can see I have a pimple over here. I had the pimple here. I have another one, a few here. But I've incorporated other supplements like L-glutamine, MSM, which are gut healing supplements. And so those have helped not just with the acne, but also with like eczema and stuff like that. But the anti-candida diet was pivotal. It was a really, really big thing. Not just, acne wise and health wise, but in my journey through chronic illness. Because I think that diet gave me more years of health, whereas had I not done it, I think my health would have deteriorated a lot faster. I probably would have gotten to a severe point a lot quicker than the 10 or 12 years that it did take me to become fully disabled. So I swear by the anti-candida diet. I really wish that I didn't have to follow it because I am a big sugar fiend. I do notice like with PMS and stuff like that, I will start craving sugar. I will also start breaking out. If I do start having sugar, I start noticing pimples. Lately, and also too, the acne evolved. It went from my face. It did clear up on my face, but in recent years, it's gone to my chest and it's gone to my back. I don't know if you might be able to see a little bit of it on camera there. But my acne has evolved. It's continued to evolve, but I know that I can do things to control it or to manage it and not let it get so severe. But the acne did get really bad at one point, and then I started having when I started having the SIBO and the SIFO, I coincidentally had acne in that area, abdominal acne, which I didn't know was a thing. So all of the candida, fungus, and overgrowth of the bacteria in my intestines has always been, bacterial and fungal imbalance in my body has always been a catalyst for acne issues outside of my body. IVIG has helped because it's brought down inflammation, and it's helped me manage all of that. But again, I have to maintain a healthy diet, very, very low in sugar, because it automatically will cause acne issues for me. And I have seen this also. I watch some YouTubers, like makeup YouTubers, and they have also struggled with acne. And I think one girl that I watched, she also did a sort of like candida diet or like a gut health diet, and her acne cleared up as well. So I know that, even though they say that, whatever you put on the inside has nothing to do with your skin, that is one of the biggest lies that I have been told, because I did the whole proactive thing. I think I might have done it in high school, or I think in college. And I probably did it at the beginning of like my acne journey, and eventually that stuff didn't work because my acne got so bad. But that is one of the biggest lies that we've been told, that acne has nothing to do with the inside. And do not believe it for a second. It has everything to do with your diet, with the condition of your body inside, with inflammation. Granted, you can have issues on the outside that are causing your acne, but I think it's a full body situation. Like I said, the book is, I believe it's called The Anti-Candida Diet. Just Google it. Google candida and acne, candida and fatigue or brain fog. Those kind of all go hand in hand. This was, I think, one of the more painful things, because it interfered with my appearance. Obviously, I am kind of vain, but it was the first time that my illness could be seen on the outside. And that's why I always, when people use the term invisible illness, I'm like, people use it very, very liberally, because an illness is not invisible. We just choose to see what we want. And that was one of those things where it was obvious that something was wrong with my body. And even, my family would look at me, and they had doubted me, all this time, but they could see that there was something going on. And it was something that was, I mean, I'm telling you, people were horrified to look at me, and I had never had reactions like that in my life. But it can get better. But it takes a lot of persistence. You have to really stick with it. It was a roller coaster, let me tell you. It was a really intense roller coaster at the beginning. But once I started seeing those results, I was very, very happy. And it felt a sense of control over my health and over my body. So let me know if you guys have had any skin issues related to your chronic health condition. Let me know if you tried the Candida diet, and it's tough, but it's worth it. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.